Welcome to this explainer. You know the drill, right? The universal headache of moving into a new place or getting a new business off the ground. You're swimming in a sea of cardboard boxes, changing your address everywhere, and juggling a million tiny tasks. But one of the absolutely most vital, and let's be honest, sometimes super frustrating steps is setting up your basic utilities, specifically your water service. But hey, good news! Civic technology has really leveled up lately, and you can now handle this whole shebang entirely online. So today, we're going to simplify this experience for you. We'll walk you through a comprehensive summary of exactly how to establish your water service online in Fayetteville, which is going to save you a ton of time and help you dodge those massive bureaucratic headaches.
Okay, let's dive right into this, because, well, we have to address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Which Fayetteville are you actually in? Seriously. It turns out there are 4 distinct major municipalities in the U.S. named Fayetteville: North Carolina, Arkansas, Georgia, and Tennessee. And yeah, every single one of them has its own totally distinct digital rules, portals, and regulatory frameworks for setting up utilities. But don't worry. In this explainer, we are covering the specific online mechanisms and requirements for literally all of them. So no matter which Fayetteville you're moving to, you're going to be completely prepared.
To make this as easy as possible, here's our agenda. 1. Understanding utility setup basics. 2. Gathering your required information. 3. Navigating the registration portals. 4. Ensuring a successful setup. 5. Troubleshooting common setup issues. And 6. Account management and tips. This step-by-step roadmap is going to get your water flowing without a hitch.
Section 1. Understanding utility setup basics. Why moving online is the best first step.
So why exactly do you need to do this, and why is doing it online your absolute best option? Well, whether you're a brand new resident buying your dream home, a tenant signing a new lease, or a business owner opening up a storefront, establishing a municipal water and sewer account is just a mandatory prerequisite before you can actually occupy the building. Historically, you know what this meant: taking time off work just to stand in a never-ending line down at City Hall. But today, setting up your water service online lowers transaction barriers and just massively enhances efficiency. In fact, in places like Fayetteville, North Carolina, those physical walk-in centers are sometimes closed to the public entirely, meaning they rely strictly on their digital portals. So doing this online isn't just about convenience anymore, it is literally the most direct and reliable way to manage your municipal infrastructure.
Section 2. Gathering your required information. The pre-registration checklist.
Now, the crucial point here is that you really need to be prepared before you ever click Submit. Having the exact right documents on hand prevents your application from getting rejected or stuck in some digital processing queue. So here's your pre-registration checklist. You're going to need your full legal name, date of birth, and social security number for standard credit and identity verification. You'll also need a digitized copy of a valid government-issued photo ID, like your driver's license. Plus, you have to upload proof of residency. So that means a lease agreement if you're renting, or a closing settlement or warranty deed if you're buying. Now listen closely, because here is a massive detail to keep in mind. In places like Fayetteville, Georgia, your lease or deed absolutely must be signed by both parties. A single signature simply won't cut it, and they will bounce the application right back to you. Finally, just make sure you have your payment details ready for any required security deposits.
Section 3. Navigating the registration portals. 4 cities, 4 different systems.
All right. Now that your documents are digitized and ready to go, figuring out exactly which website to visit and what services you're actually signing up for is usually the biggest hurdle for new residents. And this brilliantly illustrates the vast differences across the country. If you are in North Carolina, you're going to use the Public Works Commission portal at my.faypwc.com, and that actually bundles your water, sewer, and electric all together. Over in Arkansas, you'll head to documents.fayetteville-r.gov, where water is bundled with your trash and recycling. Now, if you're a Georgia resident within city limits, you'll use the brand new Utility Go portal, which integrates water, sewer, stormwater, and trash. And finally, in Tennessee, you'll visit fpu-tn.com, combining water, gas, and electric. So you see, knowing exactly how your specific city integrates its services means you won't accidentally forget to set up your trash collection when you're just trying to turn on your water.
Now, what's really fascinating about these distinct portals is how they handle your money. When you're submitting online, you're going to be prompted for a deposit, but the models vary widely. Fayetteville, Arkansas, for example, uses a flat model. It's a $50 minimum deposit for standard residential applications, and you just pay it immediately at checkout. Pretty straightforward. But conversely, Fayetteville, Tennessee uses a dynamic risk-based deposit model.
Their online form actually runs an automated credit check on you, and based on your profile, your deposit could end up being $0, $50, or $100.
Before we move on from the portals, I really want to emphasize this number right here, 3. If you're in Fayetteville, Georgia, you are required to submit your online application a minimum of 3 business days prior to the date you actually want your service established. And it gets stricter. If you submit your form after 12 p.m., it doesn't even begin processing until the very next business day. So always be aware of your local portal's operational windows.
Section 4. Ensuring a successful setup. Crossing the digital finish line.
Okay, so you filled out the forms, uploaded your IDs, and hit submit. Awesome. But how do you actually know your account is live and the water's going to flow? Well, the verification protocols are starkly different depending on where you live. In North Carolina, hitting submit does not automatically turn on your service. For security and fraud prevention, they actually require a manual human callback within 24 to 72 business hours to verify your identity before final activation. On the flip side, Arkansas features a fully digital automation process. Once you pay that deposit online, the system instantly processes it, and boom, you receive an immediate email confirmation with your new official utility account number.
But regardless of your jurisdiction, you should really understand this overarching 3-step chronological journey. Step 1, submit your online form and upload those required ID and deed documents. Step 2, pay your required security deposit, or in some cities, just wait for that manual municipal callback. And Step 3, receive your email confirmation containing your brand new official utility account number. Once you see that account number sitting in your inbox, congratulations, you have successfully crossed the digital finish line.
Section 5. Troubleshooting common setup issues. Overcoming digital roadblocks. Of course, we all know technology and bureaucracy don't always work perfectly. If you run into errors during submission, we want to arm you with some practical solutions. So here are some rapid-fire expert troubleshooting tips straight from the municipal portals. First up, do not upload password-protected PDF documents. The clerks literally cannot open them, and it will immediately stall your approval. Second, if you're getting weird security errors on the website, check your browser. A lot of these municipal systems strictly require the absolute latest versions of Edge, Chrome, or Safari. Third, know the daily deadlines. Across the board, administrative processing generally halts at 4:30 p.m. And finally, if your online deposit payment keeps failing, double-check that the zip code you're entering for your payment card exactly matches the billing zip code your bank has on file.
Now, there is also a critical warning for those of you looking to use these online portals to reconnect your service after a delinquency. If your water gets shut off due to an unpaid balance, just jumping online and paying the bill is not enough. It won't automatically dispatch crews to turn your water back on. In jurisdictions like Tennessee and Georgia, you absolutely must physically call the utility office to confirm the payment and authorize the service reconnection. This is such a common and frustrating pitfall, so please be aware of it.
If you do get stuck and need direct assistance, go ahead and grab your phone and take a screenshot of this slide right now. This matrix provides the exact direct customer service phone numbers and email contacts for all 4 municipalities. Having these on hand is going to save you from frantically digging through complex government websites if your online application suddenly gets flagged.
Section 6, account management and tips, long-term utility success.
Let's move to how this builds out over time, because setting up your service is just the very beginning. Maintaining it smoothly is how you achieve long-term utility success without the headaches. First things first, sign up for automatic bank drafts, AutoPay. This ensures you never miss a due date and protects you from those pesky late fees. Second, definitely opt into paperless billing to conserve resources and just reduce the mail clutter on your kitchen counter. Third, make sure you understand your local billing cycle. For instance, in Fayetteville, Georgia, your unchangeable due date is actually tied to the first 2 numbers of your newly assigned account. Crazy, right? And finally, regularly check your usage history on your digital dashboard. Monitoring this is a great way to catch unexpected water spikes, which a lot of times indicate a hidden leak somewhere in your home.
And hey, there's good news on the horizon for users of these systems. As the city of Fayetteville, Georgia recently stated when launching their new portal, we're excited to introduce Utility Go. Customers will experience a fresh, user-friendly platform that makes managing your account faster and easier than ever. It's great to see that municipalities are actively investing in civic technology to make these once archaic systems so much more user-friendly for all of us.
Before we wrap up, I do need to provide a quick professional disclaimer here. While this explainer is a highly detailed guide, civic procedures, required documents, and deposit fees can and absolutely do change. You should always verify the most current procedures through official municipal sources and reach out directly to your local Fayetteville Water Services for personalized guidance. Remember, they are always the final authority on their own regulations.
All of this leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to consider. As civic technology continues to evolve and modernize at this rapid pace, will we eventually see one unified national standard for things like utility setup? Or will the unique needs of local bureaucracy always demand this sort of tailored region-by-region approach? It's definitely a complex balance between digital efficiency and local governance. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and here is to a smooth and highly efficient move into your new place.